Hi, hello, how are you all? Welcome to my channel Law Made Simple with me Vidya Reddy. Today, let us learn the definition of wages in various acts and given by various juries. So, let us look into the definition. In economics, the price paid to labor for its contribution to the process of production is called wages. The jurist Benham he gave a definition as a wage may be defined as the sum of money paid under contract by an employer to the worker for his services rendered. A.H. Hansen defined wages is the payment to labor for its assistance to production. McConnell he defined wages is the price paid for the use of labor. What is the dictionary meaning? The money owned by an employee, especially when paid for the hours worked. A wage is a monetary compensation paid by an employer to an employee in exchange for work done. Payment may be calculated as a fixed amount for each task completed, or at an hourly or a daily rate, or based on the easily measured quantity of work done. Wages are the part of the expenses that are involved in running a business. So these are some of the definitions. Let us look into the definitions of various acts. Definition of wages as per section 2 clause H of the Minimum Wages Act. Here we have to consider what is included and what is not included in the definition. Wages means all remuneration capable of being expressed in terms of money, which would, if the terms of the contract of the employment expressed or implied were fulfilled, be payable to a person employed in respect of his employment for a work done in such employment, and includes house rent allowance but doesn't include the value of any house accommodation for the supply of light, water, medical attendance or any other amenities or any other services excluded by general or special order of the appropriate code. We have to consider both what is included under a wage and we should exclude what is not included in the definition of a wage. So let us also look what is not included. Any contribution paid by the employer to any pension fund or provident fund or any scheme for the social insurance, any travelling allowance or travelling concession, any sum paid to defray special expenses entailed on him by the nature of his employment, or any gratuity payable on discharge. So let us look into what is the definition given by Payment of Wages Act 1936. Wages means all remuneration, whether by way of salary, allowances or otherwise expressed in terms of money or capable of being so expressed, which would, if the terms of employment expressed or implied were fulfilled, be payable to a person employed in respect of his employment or of work done in such employment. So what it includes is any remuneration payable under any award or settlement between the parties or order of a court, any remuneration to which person employed is entitled in respect of overtime work or holidays or any other leave, any additional remuneration payable under the terms of employment, whether called bonus or by any other name, any sum by which reason for the termination of employment of the person employed is payable under any law of contract or instrument which provides for the payment of such sum, whether with or without deductions, but does not provide for the time within which the payment is to be made. Any sum to which the person employed is entitled under any scheme framed under any law for the time being in force. So these are what is included. Let us now look into what it doesn't include. See, it doesn't include what are the terms which are mentioned under Minimum Wages Act. These are also mentioned the same in Payment of Wages Act also. Any bonus which doesn't form the part of remuneration payable under the terms of employment or which is not payable under the award or settlement between the parties or an order of court, the value of any house accommodation or the supply of light, water, medical attendance or other amenity or of any service excluded from the computation of wages by general or special order of the appropriate government, any travelling allowance or the value of any travelling concession, any sum paid by the employer to any pension or provident fund and the interest which have accrued thereon, any sum paid to the employed person to defray special expenses entailed on him by the nature of his employment, or any gratuity payable on the termination of employment in cases other than those specified in subclause D of this Act. So I have given a tablet form where wages are included and what are the wages which include and what are the wages which doesn't include. So salary, allowances, award or settlement, any sum for termination, overtime, leave wage are included under wages, and wages doesn't include bonus, travelling allowance, provident fund contribution, gratuity, value for house accommodation or supply of light and water, medical attendance or any other service.